what the fuck? I'm not, don't post that shit. Like, you would think he would say, maybe he's so curmudgeon real man. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
He probably didn't care.
Like, all I care about is football and banging you
Yeah.
and whatever. So hold me to post whatever.
Is it going to affect one of those two things? Then do it.
I'm
yeah.
never going to see it. I don't even look at it. I watch film and I bang you and that's it. And I do these interviews I don't want to do and that's it. And it could be so curmudgeon that he's so insulated. Because if you don't even look at social media,
oh yeah, it's probably the better
then it's
life.
a nothing.
Yeah.
All this news, you can never be exposed to it. And someone could tell you, like, hey, they're saying this. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like, I can see myself getting there.
Oh, I can
If
see you getting there next week.
But no, not next week. I need unlimited money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know that this college is probably not going to fire me for performance because I'm better than
You get at least 3
most
years.
coaches.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're Belichick. So what are you're going to get in some other college coach that's coming from high school? Like, Belichick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even his name is just good for
It's good for
everybody.
advertising and recruiting. You're good.
So you can't get fired, unlimited money. It may just be like, I don't give two fucks what
Yeah.
anything's
Nothing
happening. I
matters.
can let this girl do
Yeah,
whatever.
as long as I get
she
to have
keeps
sex with
blowing
her,
me.
that's all I care about, yeah.
Does this make you happy? I'll give you 10 million. 10 million is nothing. It
Yeah.
does here. Like, all my kids are
Drop
rich.
in the bucket.
Yeah.
I earned that in interest.
All right, there's those.
But it could be something totally different, which is
possible.
That's why it's a fascinating story. It's like,
Okay, that's wrong. That one, to that one, to that one, to this one is wrong. Okay, so that's the one I gotta fix. Sorry, guys. I'm just fixing cameras. Tom cam. Transform, copy transform. Here. Tom cam. Transform, paste transform. There he is.
Decepticons.
Then back to here. Okay, that works great. That's Tom's is right. Dan cam, copy, transform, copy, transfer.
So we're gonna swim after this? Bear suit?
You motherfucker.
I'll swim right now. And that Baldwin pool, I can get you now. I can get you now.
It's a sprint. All I gotta do is last the length and back.
No, I know.
That's all I need to do.
yeah. I just did that
I'm like an alligator. I'm quick over a short distance.
20 times.
Yeah. The whole endurance, you'd blow me out. Like if I went and did the Two Bears 5K, I wouldn't have been able to do
Jelly
that.
Roll looks great.
He does look good.
He looks great.
I saw some of the pictures from
Yeah,
him.
he really does look good. And then next year, he said he's going to take his shirt off.
Oh, I saw
that'll
Tiffany this weekend too.
Tiffany Martin?
Yes. On accident. I dropped my in-laws off at the cruise.
Yeah, and then
then we went to McDonald's, and she was there at McDonald's at the same time. Like, why is
I'll give
Tiffany?
her shit about that. She don't eat McDonald's. She's a fucking athlete. I'm gonna give her shit about
Because we were gonna go to her bar, but the like A1A was backed up so bad, we were like, screw this, let's just go to McDonald's. And then they messed up my order.
Oh,
and
I
they
got
still
him.
haven't
I
voided
got
me.
him. Bob Zaney. All right.
It's like, we were just talking about you, Tiffany. It's weird.
Oh, come on, Zoom.
She's probably like, of course I read the
She took her
There
kids
he
because they
is.
just got done with baseball. And
Hey, Bob.
the playground.
Hey,
How you doing, man? You,
I'm here.
yeah, can you see us okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like what I see, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. No, that's perfect. All right, we're ready to go, man. And
All
thank you for being here as always. And sorry again about yesterday, but we got new computers, so when you do that, sometimes you make a mistake, and that was all on me, and I apologize for wasting your time.
Just let me say it's always something.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate that. And Mr. Van,
Not with you guys. I mean in life.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to personalize it, but it is always something with you guys. But that's not the point.
No,
The
it's
point
not.
is we're all giving back in a way that others don't even want to talk about.
Hey, Bob, what do you think about Belichick's girlfriend?
Well, it's interesting. She interrupted when they asked how they met. Remember that
Yeah.
on CBS?
Yeah.
I guess what happens on Epstein's Island stays on Epstein's Island.
Yeah! Joke answer for every question. Bob's got the goods.
Okay, let's start. Let's
okay,
start because
yeah.
I don't want to waste his time. All right, here we go. In 3.
No, you're not wasting my time. I mean, it's about, I'm a little upset. I was in the parking lot. I don't know if I told you guys this, but some guy was yelling at a Tesla owner, calling him a Nazi or a Nazi.
Yeah.
And then they got into their VW Bug.
Yeah, that was the car of the people. It
actually a
was
good one.
Volkswagen. That was funded by Hitler. Mr. Van,
Yes, they was.
would you like to
Time
start?
for the Zany Report, a little feature we do here.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be so bold. Porky's, brought to you by Porky's, because I will be there in November at Porky's Comedy Club
Yes.
and Barbecue. Finally, the two have met.
Wait, this-
I've done a lot of comedy at the comedy and sushi houses, but then sometimes half the audience gets sick on bad sushi.
Yeah, it's the sashimi. It's the sashimi.
Let's get right into it.
Oh,
The
sorry.
United Kingdom is testing software designed to predict whether someone might be a future killer. In fact, they've already predicted the first victim. Whoever thought this was a good idea?
I like that one. I actually like that. Yeah, I like that one.
Too smart for the room?
Well,
wouldn't say
Bob,
that.
it's in Florida.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
understand
We'll
Florida.
get rolling. We're getting rolling.
You know
here.
what education is here?
Dateline, Florida.
Yeah.
Disney World. A fire in a walk-in cooler caused a white plume of smoke at Epcot Center. Most Catholic parkgoers started applauding because they thought they elected a new pope.
Yeah. You know where we might get an African pope or we may
Yeah.
get an Asian pope.
Or the pizza guy.
Oh, yeah, there is one called Papa Pizza or
Yeah,
something,
I want
right?
Papa
Yeah.
Pizza to win.
His name is Papa Pizza.
There's one guy that might be Pope and his last name is like Papa Pizza or something. So it'd be like,
Pope Papa Pizza. No.
I just
I
read that
swear
one.
it's
I'm glad
true.
you guys brought that up. Papa John's and Papa Murphy's Pizza are merging, and they're going to change their name to My Two Dads. Ames, Iowa, guys. A beaver took down a tree, caused a power outage to 1,500 residents. Now, the last time a beaver did this much damage was Sharon Stone in the movie Basic Instinct.
My dad
Oh,
would be,
man.
oh my, you know what?
The most
Hold
paused
on.
scene in history.
Hold on, that gets a blast.
I never understood why it was called a beaver.
Don't say
because,
that.
because there's lots of animals that just have brown hair. Right? Is it about
Did
the
I hear
mouse?
explain a lot? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot to go in.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't really
You
say
know-
it on the radio.
Is it the
I think
beaver
it's
mouth?
a joy that I can bring out these discussion groups with you two.
Is it the tail?
And the guy on the side. Who's on the side there?
Oh,
Like,
EJ's
why is
here
it a-
today. Sorry, we have our fattest friend in today.
Why isn't it like a
Oh, that's very
muskrat?
nice.
Yeah,
Or like-
Yeah, I'm used
It's
to
really
it.
nice when you have a moniker.
yeah. And we have this is EJ, our fattest friend.
You know.
Thank you. Hey, DJ. Hey, listen, this is interesting. We're going to go back in time and revisit a past Zany Report joke. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
It worked. This is from October 10th, 2017. The newest winner of Lucky for Life Lotto game. By the way, it sounds like Lucky for Life Lotto game. You guys have that in Florida?
We do. We do
Yes.
have that.
Yeah, it pays you $25,000 a year for life. A 92-year-old Iowa man won it. When asked what he plans to do with the money, he said, "Make it to 93."
I like that. That's a good answer.
Yeah. It does stink if you're
You know
old.
these are
and-
jokes, and it's not a good answer. By the way, I do want to point this out. This is a picture of me when I started. I guess it doesn't
Oh,
work, does it? Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
hold on.
Oh,
We lost
oh,
it.
you fell into space.
It's not working. You know, it's because of my backdrop, because I really want to be celestial.
It's fine.
So go ahead. What were you guys saying?
Well, Tom, I don't know. Tom was looking at his watch or something. Like he has no idea what's happening.
I was looking at my
I was
watch.
looking at his
I
watch.
love this time of the month with Zany.
You know what's going to happen? Tom's going to be at the Red Lobster tonight on a date going, why do they call it a beaver?
Is it just for the brown hair? Is it the hair? Is it the tail? Nothing really.
Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll look it up.
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll actually look it up.
Yeah, it should be closer.
Most slang doesn't make sense. But again, what do I know? You guys are the best. Porky's in November.
Porky's in November.
Until next time that the internet's down, this is Bob Zany. Baby.
See you, baby.
All right.
Bob
See you,
Zaney,
Zaney.
everybody. He's gone. That is our buddy Bob Zaney.
It should be like horse lips or something.
Hey, easy, you gotta
Or
be
actually,
easy.
no, it's in the,
Well,
in the
there's
90s.
a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot of these. Clam,
Yeah.
snatch,
Yeah.
beaver,
axe wound.
Yeah, but why use the specific mammal of beaver? Why
I
not?
think you nailed it. I think it is because stereotypically,
teeth and
no,
the split.
stereotypically when drawing, you're going too far. You just need to slow down. Yeah, you just
The
let,
beaver,
Let,
what do you
let a professional talk about this. It's because of like the patch of I think hair.
Yeah.
And it would be traditionally stereotypically it would be drawn dark.
Yeah.
And I think you nailed it. I think it's the hair.
Okay, but
Nothing more than that. Nope. Nothing more than that.
But a beaver's mammal's hair is like a lot of other mammals' hair, right? Like why specifically the beaver?
Because it's
Smaller,
aquatic, maybe?
Smaller.
Aquatic and wet.
You're not going to call it a moose.
No, but a rat. There's a like small like brown rats. There's
Yeah, but you're not excited about a rat. to
there-
see.
You know what? Rats are more gray.
there's gerbils.
He's trying to Belichick me on the beaver question. I know he is.
Well, there's small
no
hairy
answer
animals.
is he's gonna accept. Yeah, we're gonna give him the right
No, he
answer.
doesn't.
But
He's
is
not
there
gonna
He
something
like it.
doesn't
unique to the beaver's hair?
He doesn't
Yeah.
accept any answers. That's the thing I'm starting to like freak
Yeah.
out about. Is like I don't know what to tell
What do
him.
you want us to tell
I
you?
do think it is the stereotype of the hair, the brown.
the color.
Okay, you want me to ask ChatGPT and see if
Ask
it actually? I
ChatGPT.
guess I
Yeah,
could have done that.
Yeah. Because
done that.
it
It's definitely-
doesn't seem like there's
I
anything
think because
unique
it's-
about the beaver's hair.
It's aquatic mammal, and I think that's part of it because it's hair and it has to be wet. Usually that has to do with down there. So I'm trying to think of things I can say. I'm trying to like say this so I don't get in trouble on the radio. You already had to edit it once. I don't want to get in more trouble.
Yeah,
You're
'cause
fine.
There's a lot of like small hairy mammals
Yeah.
that exist that you could have used as a
1940s is when this came out.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
Does it
I
have
would
anything
say.
to do with like the platypus?
I'm just gonna let GPT take over here
Because they do kind of have the same hair.
Here we go. Little ChatGPT answer.
The slang term beaver, as a reference to a woman, specifically her genitalia, originated in North American slang in the early to mid-20th century, most commonly around the 1940s. It's a crude and sexualized term used primarily by men, and it draws on the visual association between a beaver's fur and pubic hair. The animal imagery aligns with a long history of using animals to refer to human anatomy in vulgar slang. Its mainstream popularization came through things like old soldier and frat boy humor, pinup culture, and eventually movies and comedy routines in the 70s and 80s.
That checks out.
So yeah, it's a vintage term rooted in old school objectification and hair-based metaphors. Not exactly a high point of linguistic evolution.
No, get off your high horse, AI.
You think you're better than me? I love old school objectification and hair-based metaphors.
But just out of like quantity of animals around, you would think it would be like, oh, look at that shepherd. Or like, be more German shepherds are around, or like
Man,
the
this guy's
dogs.
killing the. We're having a fun pervert party, and this guy's like, and I'm like,
that's
hey, look
weird
at that
that-
beaver, and then the nerd over here is like, excuse
That's not
me,
the right kind of
there
hair.
are other animals you could have selected, sir, that would have been better for your
Well, there's-
metaphor.
Well, it's just more common amongst society than the beaver. Like,
The
probably.
United States, you were always after a beaver hunt. Usually because that's what they made hats out of back in the day.
But a fox is a small hairy animal they use to hunt all
Fox
the
Yeah, but
time.
was
you wouldn't
another
trap-
term for ladies.
Yeah,
Fox,
but you wouldn't trap them though.
not
That's the
for their
thing.
parts, but a fox is a
Yeah.
term you would use for a woman.
Yeah, but you would think that that's the fox would get the like, oh, look at that foxtail down there. And instead of beaver, it's all.
Yeah, but it's not, it doesn't match up because usually foxes are usually red.
Just Jen in the chat room says, "Will Tom critique and criticize the boys this much and this often?"
Yeah, that's why.
No,
I-
he won't.
no, absolutely not.
God,
If
no.
his son said that Belichick's girlfriend is running the team, he's like, "Yes, sir, boys, I love you." And he'll smooch
No,
their-
this is why my wife hates me, and everybody around me hates me. You see what I'm saying? But I do this to them.
Do you really do it to your boys?
They don't say anything. They have no opinions. So
They've
tell
given
them,
up already. Good
Wait
for
till
them.
you just talk to
They're
yourself.
smarter than we are.
Yeah, I brought this up. I'll be like, they'll say something, and I'll be like, why do they do that? And then I'll start talking, and then they're like, boring. He's like that British guy from the Parliament.
Maisie will look
They've
at
got
me
that.
while I'm explaining something, and she'll be like, "Are you done? Because I really want to say something to mommy."
Oh, that would hurt my heart if my daughter said that to me.
Yeah, it kind of hurts my heart a little bit.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, great job, everybody. Is that it?
That's it for
That's
today.
good. Everything ran right today. So first time everything has run right. Bye, guys. Great job today. Thanks for
Yeah, it was
hanging with
fun.
us.
See ya.
See y'all.